Hey guys, Bex from Trista Bytes here with a quick non-spoilery rant about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, the film which was described quite accurately by one critic on Rotten Tomatoes as akin to the experience of being trapped in a room with a golden retriever puppy repeatedly licking you in the face. You'll emerge slightly happy, somewhat dazed and covered in slobber. Well, my local Odeon was slobber free, but the description is still pretty spot on. While Guardians Volume 2 is fun at the time, it's seriously a one-trick pony, and the more you think about it after, the less you like it. It definitely doesn't have the rewatchability of the first, and like so many Marvel sequels, it just doesn't quite hold up. So why is this happening? Why is Guardians a really fun but quite forgettable movie? Well, I think in no small part it's because compromises have to be made all the time to keep the MCU going. Having every Marvel film connected in one coherent, crossover-filled timeline is great in many ways, but the more it expands, the more compromises have to be made. Every film impacts every other film, and timelines and plots for every future production. Simply put, what might be the best plot or character development for one film might not be good for the overall, ever more growing, complex spiderweb of the overall universe. And I think these compromises are beginning to show. Whereas they do put a lot into character pieces and general fun factor in Guardians, they seem scared to make any major or unexpected changes, as they can't do anything that might hinder their appearance in later Avengers movies or other crossovers. This might be why, although they do indeed save the galaxy again, the plot is really more about individual family issues and family backgrounds and family. Did I say family? Yes, more family. And hey, that isn't necessarily a bad thing, a family film about family where the team is family, but I would have liked a film with such a long runtime to have shown more about the other races and their motivations, as the Sovereign were as fascinating as they were underrepresented in the film, used more as plot devices than characters, instead using the screen time for exposition and heartfelt conversations between action sequences that felt a little spoon-fed and repetitive. Did we really need to see Yondu explaining to Rocket everything that we already saw explained earlier with exposition again before going into another "Isn't Baby Groot cute?" montage? Which brings me neatly onto Baby Groot. Yes, he is cute, but by the end of the film, rather than buy endless scale replica props and pop toys of him, I kinda never wanted to see him again. The whole role reversal of Rocket caring for Groot rather than Groot being Rocket's bodyguard could have been used as a genuine way to explore their dynamic and Rocket's character, rather than everyone just taking turns to outline their feelings in a very cliched manner. And Baby Groot was just massively overused, which really detracted from him for me, making him cute yet very annoying, which worked at the start but grated by the end. Opportunities to use him more sophisticatedly were missed in favour of cheap running gags that needed to be used just 1 or 2 times less to be adorable. And talking of running gags, the movie, although it is great fun, don't get me wrong there, it's a fun film with lovable characters, great set pieces, brilliant action scenes and chase sequences, and relies extremely heavily on repeating the formula of topical referential gag after every sentence and overworks the format to death. It was like a character in a sitcom running around shouting about how unique and quirky they are over and over again in case you missed it. And in some cases it really worked. The funny and honest conversations between socially awkward Drax and Mantis were sweet and relatable. In fact, Drax had the best and most unpredictable yet natural character development out of the whole bunch, and some of the least forced gags, as the format really works well with his personality and vernacular. But in other places it just felt overloaded with jokes we expected rather than what was best for the script, with contemporary and retro references and cameos splattergunned all over the place. So although in many ways it really is a very funny script and there are some great moments in this silly space adventure, it just doesn't have me wanting to go back to the cinema to watch it again the same way as Volume 1. Like its soundtrack, Volume 2 feels a bit like the B-side to the first movie, and although it's well worth watching and highly enjoyable, don't expect to wear out the Blu-ray when it gets released. Also, most cheesy use of father and son as a soundtrack ever. I'm sure they meant it to be ironic, but it did make me cringe. Well, that's my take. What did you think, guys? Comment below. You can follow me as Trista Bytes on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, or support my ranting on Patreon. See you next time!